Hi everybody, welcome to Sai Ty's cooking channel. My name is Sai. Welcome to our debut of the channel. And today I'm really pleased to present you with a dish called Mama Noodles. What that is what we use is a really few key simple ingredients. You can get it at any grocery store. The main ingredient is actually the Mama Noodles right here. It's a company out of Thailand that we import to America. And the packet's really simple. They come in a variety of different flavors, but today we're going to use what's called a tom yum soup flavor. And then for the meat part of it, you can really add anything you want in terms of meat. You could add beef, you could add chicken, you could add shrimp. So it's really depending on what your flavor palette for that day is. But today I opted to use what's called fish balls, right? They're pre-cooked fish balls. They are frozen, you get them at the store, and you thaw them, and they're going to be delicious when you come out, when it's all said and done. So what we need in terms of ingredients, so we're going to use 2 vegetables. We're going to use 1 red onion, and then some cut up portobello mushrooms. And then to put a little bit of texture in the soup, we're going to even use a little bit, 1 large egg. It gives a little bit of flavor, a little bit of texture. And for a little bit of seasoning, we're going to use a little sugar. And you're thinking, wow, we're using sugar in food? Yes, everybody, we're using sugar in food. In Thailand, we use a lot of sugar because it blends in with the spiciness of the food. It blends in with, and we're going to use a little bit of fresh squeezed lime juice. And it gives it a little bit sour taste. So you've got a blend of flavors. So we got sweet, we got spicy, we got sour, and it combines together into a delicious soup. And it gets you going. To really to garnish the dish, we're going to use a little bit of cilantro. And this all takes about 10 minutes to cook. You could do it in a hurry. And if you already had all the ingredients prepped out, it takes you about 5. So why don't we go ahead and get started. So, alright everybody, so what we're going to start doing is prepping all our vegetables. There's only 2 types of vegetables we're prepping, so it's going to be a really easy process. The first thing we're going to do is prep our red onion, right? The best way to cut a red onion is, I already peeled it and washed it for you, so don't worry about that piece. So what we want to do is cut right in the middle, like so, and that way you've got 2 equal pieces, and then we're just going to slowly slice off another middle piece, like so, and then we're just going to julienne these onions, so we're getting to the right consistency. We need very little, so what we're going to do is cut off a little bit of slices like that, put them into our dish right here, ready to be prepped. So that's good. So that is ready for our Mama Noodle dish. And then we've got some portobello mushrooms. I bought these pre-cut, so the only thing we're doing is just slicing up a little bit smaller that way. So as you can see, we already cut up the onions. We prepped them into this little container, prepping dish right here. And what we're going to do is take the fish balls now. And we're just going to open up the packet. You could do it with your knife, or you could do it with a pair of scissors. And then what we're going to use is maybe like 3 of them. And we're just going to cut them up into smaller pieces so they cook a little bit quicker and they're more bite-sized pieces. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And as you can see, we've got a lot left in the packet, but we're just going to save those for another dish tomorrow. So, alright, we've got that prepped. As you can see, that took all about 2 minutes. And we're just going to put this away. And then we've got the Mama Noodles here that we're going to be using. So these are the main ingredients, I guess you could call them. So really quick, we're just going to put about 2 cups of water. You could either do a little more or do a bit less, depending on what you want to do. If you put a little bit more water, it's going to dilute the sauce it has in it a little bit more so. And then, let's see here. So we're just going to rip this Mama Noodles packet open, like so. And what comes with it is these 2 little ingredient packets. The one with the dry powder in it, and the one with kind of like the tom yum soup sauce in there. So we're going to go over to our stove here and we're going to get started cooking, okay? Why don't you guys follow me? Alright everybody, we're back here at my size kitchen stove. This is a regular burner that we're using here. I added all the water in here, and I'm just going to start firing up the heat up here. And we're just going to let this cook and let it boil before we add any ingredients in there. But the first thing we're going to do is take these two packets that was in the Mama Noodles. Alright, so I added all the ingredients, the little 2 packets in here, and it literally takes about a couple minutes for it to boil. So the first thing we're going to do is add in the fish balls. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to bring the heat down to a little bit of a simmer, so we don't want to continue to keep on boiling. We're going to have a little high heat though. And then what we're going to add is a little bit of the mushrooms, like so. There you go. And then a little bit of the onions as well, because this is going to give it a little bit of sweet flavor from the juice of the onions. Kind of stir it around a little bit. It doesn't take too long to cook in this thing, depending on the type of heat and burner you have. This is a 17,000 BTU burner, so it's going to cook a little bit quicker than one that's 12,000, but you'll all get the job done as same as possible. So once we do that here, we're going to add your egg in there, and this egg is going to give a little bit of flavor and a little bit of texture to your sauce. Okay? So go ahead and crack the egg open. There you go. And then there's 2 ways to have the egg cook in there. You could either stir it in and just make it a little kind of like scrambled egg in there, or just keep it, don't stir it at all and just keep really bigger chunks of egg, and that's what I kind of like. I don't like it all scrambled, but you know, it's really your preference right here. And it looks like everything's coming to a boil again right now. Give it a couple more, maybe 30 seconds or so, and now it's up to you when you want to add in the noodles, but at this point you can really add in the noodles. So I like to break them off a little bit, that way they're not big long noodles, but it's really your preference, right? Cooking is all about what you feel, how you feel, and your personal style. And this is my personal style. And then, let's see here. We'll just throw that in there. And we'll let it cook for, literally, you just gotta let it cook until you see the noodles get soft a little bit. But before they get soft, we're gonna add a little bit of sugar in there. Give it a little bit of sweet flavor. And then at the very end, we're actually going to add the lime juice. So we're going to let this cook for another maybe 60 seconds. And then at the end, we're going to garnish it with your also favorite cilantro. So I'm telling you, it takes about 10-15 minutes if you've never done this before. But once you've done it and you have all the ingredients ready, the dish probably takes about 5. So you can make it when someone's sick. Because the sweet and spicy flavor, it's going to be really good for your throat. It looks like the noodles are already getting soft, so that's about right. We're going to take some lime juice, you know, depending on maybe a tablespoon of lime juice. And then you could obviously add whatever you want to it. And then we are just going to get our bowl here. Let's see. So we're going to get our little bowl, and then we're just going to add the soup in here. And then you've got your fishball mama chicken noodle soup. Alright, so as you can see, we've made the dish. It's got, you know, your onions, your mushrooms, your egg, your fish balls, and we've cooked the ingredients with the mama noodles, and it took about literally 2 to 5 minutes to make. The last piece we got to put on there is a little bit of cilantro to give a little bit of extra, that little garnish in the flavor. And then here we go. And then absolutely we gotta try it real quick. And then let me see. See how it's nice and hot? This is great for the winter times in Chicago. Alright?